Hello my beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nani, and in today's video I want to go ahead and talk about Rose. You guys know, because I've mentioned it several times before, if this is your first time watching a video you may not know this, but I love the note of rose. That's probably one of my favorite fragrance notes, or my favorite florals in fragrances, and I have a variation of options for rose scents in my collection. Options that I absolutely love. I am still decluttering fragrances and things like that from my collection, but I don't think I could part ways with any of the ones that I have in front of me, to be honest with you. So of course, if you guys like this type of content, make sure that you go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to my channel for more. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so jumping right into it, aside from the fragrances, because I already have 10 that I have to talk to you guys about, I do also have some body care products that I am going to leave towards the end of this video that I love, that are rose scented, floral scented as well, that I am going to also be mentioning to you guys. But I'm going to run through these fragrances pretty quickly because again I have 10 of them. And I've talked about pretty much all of them on my channel before. So if you want to see exclusive reviews, I'll probably just leave them in the description box below just to make it easier for you guys to find. I'll start off with the one that I need to repurchase, and that's going to be Diptyque Eau Rose. I love this. I just love this scent. It's definitely one of my absolute favorite fresh musky rose scents. It's not overly musky. It's more, I would say, more of like on the powdery side of, yeah, it's definitely more on the powdery side. There's something about this that every time I smell it, I literally think of you're in a basically a luxurious bathroom in this fancy hotel or in your fancy home, in your own fancy bathroom, okay? And there's a steamy shower going on and you have a fresh bouquet of roses in the bathroom. That's literally the mindset that this puts me in. It's fresh but soft and silky and powdery, and it just almost smells like something that needs to be in your toiletry bag, like an everyday, easy to wear, like comforting, powdery rose fragrance. But it doesn't smell like overly mature in my opinion. I feel like they did an incredible job with this scent because it's very photorealistic. There's something about this that just gets into my senses and I love it. It just smells like the actual petals of a rose. Like think of just the softness, the silkiness of just like a rose petal, and almost like the powderiness that comes from it. It smells beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful rose fragrances I've ever smelled. Love, 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 love. Diptyque Eau Rose. The next scent, which is also still on the fresher side of rose, you guys should not be surprised, Burberry London For Her. You guys know I love this one. This is just so beautiful. Like, this is another one that just gets into my senses every time I smell it. I almost think of rose petals, but like in a cold river. I don't know why, okay? Just don't ask me these questions, but there's something about this that smells cold, like an ice cold drink with rose petals in it or something. It's very fresh and effervescent. It's a little bit tart. It's definitely more of like a tart rose. It has a little bit of a musky powderiness to it, but not as powdery as the last one that I mentioned to you. But it just smells beautiful. Like it smells like a beautiful woman. It's just such a beautiful, easy to wear, grab and go, day and night, compliment getting. This is probably like my 5th bottle of this. I don't know if they discontinued this. I feel like I don't keep up, to be honest with you, when it comes to that stuff, but I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find it. So that's going to be Burberry London For Her. So the next one is going to be Irresistible by Givenchy. And this one is another fresh rose. This one is rose and iris. So there's definitely more of a powdery element to it. This is another one that I would definitely say is more fresh shampoo-y, almost like a bath bomb or something like that. Like it gives me that vibe, like a very fizzy, effervescent, fresh, slightly fruitiness, but not overly done, and much more like crisp. I think there's a pear note in here as well, so you get, it's almost like a pear freshness, if that makes sense. So it gives more of like a shampoo-y, crisp, very effervescent, slightly musky, but it stays pretty like fresh and crisp. So yeah, that's going to be Givenchy Irresistible. The last kind of fresh rose, yeah, is going to be Florabotanica by Balenciaga. This one, this is almost like a rose bush in a forest. You smell the herbal greenness, fresh, crisp air. The rivers are running in the background. I think it has a cannabis note. There's a mint note in it. So I think those are what's at the forefront of this scent versus the actual rose. But not overly done. I feel like it's just the right amount to where it's not sharp or headache inducing or too foresty, but it's much more of like a fresh, approachable rose. Very, very loud, very pungent, will last on your skin and on your clothes for a very, very long time. It's not one that you need to overspray. And it's just a beautiful representation of rose for sure. I definitely enjoy this as well. I have to try to see if I can get another bottle. I think they discontinued that one. Another one that's kind of along the same lines, but is more vintage, is more old Hollywood, is more mature, and not presented as herbaceous, is another favorite of mine, which is from Frederic Malle, and this is Portrait of a Lady. This is such a classy, elegant, powerful, potent rose scent. Portrait of a Lady is definitely something that I will say is much more on the vintage side. Vintage, not like something that you didn't care for. Vintage, where it's like there's cobwebs and dust on it. Not like that vintage. It's more vintage in the sense of like a classic, elegant, timeless type of scent. I hope that that makes sense and you can tell the distinction between those two descriptions. I definitely do get the patchouli, but the incense and the patchouli have this interesting dance that they play around the rose. The incense in here almost gives off a very like ceremonial, not smoky effect to the scent. It's beautiful though. Like I love it because I feel like the rose surrounded around all of the elements of this scent is almost like pure. This smells like a woman that's very poised, very elegant, very put together, very beautiful. And when she speaks, everyone just kind of turns around and looks at her. Like, it's almost that type of scent. I hope this all ties together, but I love this scent either way. The next rose scent, I feel like I went to like beast mode ones. So we're gonna just calm it down a little bit. And we're gonna talk about this beauty, which is Fiori. This is another just beautiful, beautiful rose, vanilla, fresh citrusy. There's definitely a citrusy tone in the background as well, which I like when they do that. I feel like it helps to tone down the vanilla. It also helps to tone down this kind of like musky, powdery aspect of this scent. I would say more powdery. Like the powdery aspects of this scent, I feel like the freshness from the citrus tone definitely tones it down so that it doesn't become heavy or like too much. Very well balanced, very soft, very pretty girl, flirty type of scent. It's very soft and powdery. That's the two main words that I will say to describe it. Even though it does project, it is more of like a powdery, soft, feminine, girly type of rose scent. So you have to like powdery scents because that's very present in this fragrance for sure. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The next one is going to be a musky rose, and this is from a fragrance house where they just do musk very well in my personal opinion, and that is going to be Narciso Rodriguez For Her. There's a bunch of renditions of these type of scents from Narciso, but Fleur Musk is definitely one of my favorites. This one is rose, like a sweet rose with that musk that Narciso does so well, which is not animalic at all. There's something about this specific scent though that does give me a little bit of a professional type of vibe to it. Like there's something that just gives me like the office, or like you're doing a presentation, or you're at a networking event, or you're going to like a gala or something like that, and you just want something that's very powerful that will kind of speak volumes for you but is not doing too much. The rose is beautiful. Like it's a sweeter rose, but the musk definitely tones down the sweetness to where it's not gourmand sweet, but then I think the rose or floral notes definitely stop the musky notes from being very like animalic or sharp. It's a very nice balanced scent, but it's not one that I think a lot of people will enjoy unless you love predominantly musky scents and also a very predominantly like floral rose type scent. I feel like it's a good 50-50 balance of the two, so you have to really enjoy those notes for you to enjoy this scent. But it does give off a little bit of like a professional feel to me, and I love it either way. I usually layer this as well if I want to kind of make it a little bit more gourmand and less serious. I do mix this with Jessica Simpson Fancy. Delicious, okay? Like it almost gives it a very like wafer, vanilla, creamy caramel type vibe, and it is delicious. So if you have this scent and you have Fancy by Jessica Simpson, layer them together and they smell divine. So the next one is Kayali's Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. Sorry for blinding you, but this one is almost like a Oud Bouquet dupe, or just like something that's very similar to Oud Bouquet. But this one has definitely a sweet rose, and it does have the saffron, which is very present as well. It's not overly woody because I don't like that, but I do feel like this is a very well balanced rendition of that type of scent. This one is beautiful. Like this is one that I feel like they did and got completely right. I haven't tried every fragrance from Kayali. I feel like a lot of their fragrances are more layering scents, but there are a few scents that are like standalone fragrances to me. But this is one that when I tried it, I was like, this is gorgeous. This one definitely has a very syrupy sweetness to it, and I think that that's why I really enjoy this. This is perfect for date night. This is perfect for, again, Valentine's Day, if you want to go on like your dates or whatever. This is a beautiful scent. Definitely garners a lot of compliments. It sticks to your clothes. It's a cute bottle. It sprays beautifully. It's just, this is a good one. Like this is one that I definitely will keep in my collection. It's gorgeous. The next one is going to be this one right here. This is Canto Cicuta or Cicuta. I don't know how do you pronounce it. But this one, this ain't going nowhere. This is such a beautiful, okay, where can I spray it? Okay. This is such a beautiful rose, vanilla, like fresh. I don't even know how to describe this scent, but it is delicious. It's like a womanly rose vanilla scent that doesn't go too gourmand, that doesn't stay too fresh of like a rose scent. There's definitely a tartness to the fresh aspect of the rose. And then the vanilla doesn't smell like a bakery, like overly gourmand. It just smells very womanly to me. Like it just, I don't know how else to describe this, y'all, but this is probably one of my favorite going out rose scents. If we're talking date night, if we're talking day date, to be honest with you, I think you can wear it daytime or nighttime. This is probably, or has been, one of my absolute favorites because I feel like it smells very unique and different, but it smells very balanced. It just smells like a very balanced presentation of all the notes, and the notes are presented in a way that's unique to a lot of the other rose, musky, vanilla type scents that I just mentioned to you. It doesn't smell childish or youthful. There's just something about it that just smells womanly. It smells like a womanly rose scent, and it is gorgeous. I love this so much. Top 10, this ain't going nowhere out my collection, okay? The last fragrance I want to mention is also a sweet rose. This has been in my collection for a long time. This is going to be Poison Girl by Dior. As you guys can see, I love the dark, rich juice in here though. And this one is Rose and Tonka Bean. Just delicious. Just delicious. It's good. It's like a rose liqueur with Tonka Bean. The Tonka Bean definitely gives off a little bit of like this rich, dark chocolate type of element, slightly powdery. I feel like Tonka definitely always has a little bit of like a powdery type of undertone. Definitely warm and just sweet. I just love this. It's just very specific. Like there's a specific tone for this scent that I'm not always in the mood for it. So I do layer it with other fragrances, but on its own, it is beautiful. And I just love it. So that's going to be the last fragrance. Let me just quickly mention the body care products. So for the shower, I'm gonna show a picture of both of them next to me. One of them, this one is going to be the Dr. Bronner's Rose Castle Soap. Beautiful. It's like a fruity rose type of scent, fresh, but it has an aspect of like a fruitiness to it as well, but like a fresh, fruity rose type of body wash. Love that soap. That's what I use to first wash my skin. And then this one is another body wash, which is Rose and Ylang Ylang, and it's just beautiful and like sweet and fresh and floral and just gorgeous. Like it's a gorgeous rose type of body wash. It doesn't linger on your skin as long as I would want it to, like after you get out of the shower, but that one is beautiful. The only thing I will say about this specific body wash is that when you first use it, if you're putting it on like your loofah or like your shower gloves, because of the deep rich red color and the consistency of the actual body wash, it does look like period, just a little bit, okay? Before you rub it in, it gives you period, okay? The first time I used it, I was like, I don't like it. But the smell is really nice and it still cleanses your body. But just a heads up, just in case you decide to try it. And then jumping into the body oil as well as body lotion, I have these right here. The body oil is, this one smells like, again, it's rose and sweet almond oil. The almond oil, I think, more gives it the texture than the actual smell of almond. You definitely get more of the rose scent. It's a very sweet, fruity type rose scent, and it smells, when I say incredible, y'all, if you love rose, if you love your sweet rose that has a little bit of a freshness to it, if you love a fruity rose, you have to pick this up. This is one that will always remain in my collection for as long as they make it. This one is the Body Shop British Rose. This one is definitely more of a fresher rose scent. The body butter is very thick, okay? Very thick. It's not as emollient as other body butters that I've tried, but I mix it with the body oil just to make it easier for it to kind of like rub into the skin. So you do have to do that. I feel like, just because of the thickness of this body butter, but the smell itself is very pretty. It's very light, fresh, just very fresh floral with a little bit of like a powdery type of feel to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your favorites are down below. Like I mentioned, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to my channel for more. I hope you guys have an awesome day. God willing, I will see you guys next time. Bye.